Here's the first hole, and I did this one. You can actually see that a little bit of the adobe below it broke, but that's okay. That's not a problem because that's going to go away anyway. It's going to be dug out. The one on top is the critical one, and it's staying in good shape. Here's the tools I made for digging out the adobe. They're all about 18 inches long, maybe 20, but 18 at least. And they work real well. This is the block that's going in. It's a 1x8 cut down to a true 7 inches wide. And I'll come up here and let me get a light so you can see in the hole. Here's in the hole. See, it's pretty square. I took my time and cut it real good, and I'm going to make sure everybody did, or does. There it is. It came out real good. The flat, I didn't disturb the upper adobe. So, and I took my time, and that's what you got to do. Came out real good. Now I'm going to put this block in there. This block is 14 inches long. See, there it is on the surface there. I think it's sticking out a little bit, and we're going to shave off these high spots a little bit. So about there is where it's going to go. And you can see on the other side of the wall, in the center room, that 14 inches is pretty close. It may be a little bit long by about half an inch, something like that. Once I knock off the plaster and the mud underneath to the bare adobes, then I'll know exactly. It's real close though. It might end up needing to be like 13 and a half or something like that. But what I'm going to do next, actually I'm going to do this in a minute, just to make sure the train doesn't crack this adobe above the brick, is I'm going to put some shims underneath here on both sides to make sure I'm probably going to turn this thing over like this actually, because it's got a crown in it, and I'll put some shims. I'll put some shims under there so that it's tied up against this other block here, so that the choo-choo train won't vibrate it and have any potential of cracking it, because we don't want that to happen. Now, when before we anchor the plywood, I'm just gonna put the shims in temporarily for now. But before we anchor the plywood on it and screw it to these blocks, I'll put shims under there real tight. And if I need to mud it in, I will, but I don't think so. I think shims will work just fine. But that's a block going through an adobe wall. That's about it.